guest speakers sharing next. We have Raymond Lopinski. Raymond is the director at Engineer Without Borders. As an engineer, he works at 3 charitable foundations to use his engineering skills to help the lives of underserved community. Here I want to bring the stage to you.
Hi, thank you very much. I just find this amazing and impressive, and I just want to give another hand to the students. And I guess I sort of feel like I'm here with a black cloud over my head in terms of, I guess my topic is storytelling is not just for the young kids. So being an engineer, by definition, we're really not communicative and good with people. So it's frustrating dealing with engineers. I mean, we have great solutions for the future. Yes, we're going to solve all the world's problems. We seem to forget sometimes that we're also caused all the problems that we're facing now that we have to fix. So it's not that engineering sometimes thinks, oh yes, this is the right solution, scientific solution, engineering solution. It's agnostic, neither good nor bad. No, engineers have to take responsibility. They have to be culpable for what they're designing and what they're putting forward into the world. We're typically fact-based, we're analytical, usually introverted. We like dealing with numbers. Everything has an answer in engineering. Every equation has a solution. But that's not inspired. It's the stories that sort of put a context to it. It's the stories that become inspirational. And I think that's what engineers missing. Engineers missing that sort of ability to contextualize, conceptualize, put it in the right context. And that's a weakness that we have. I remember when I first started out in engineering, I was doing this major development, building a building, hired the architect. The architect said, well, we have to go through this programming session and talk to people. And we said, oh, we just finished building. We know what we want, we'll just tell you what you want. He said, no, we really have to do this. So we went back and forth and said, well, we really don't want to pay for it because we know what we want. And they said, no, we have to do it. So finally they said, okay, we're going to do the programming. And if you don't think there's value in it, you won't have to pay for it. Great deal. Okay, so they went away. They talked to all the cleaners, they talked to the employees, they talked to the management, the executives, security guards, landscapers, everybody, and came up with this beautiful storyboard at the end, put it up. And our president walked in and said, wow, this is just amazing. And then he said, okay, can you do this for my board of directors for the strategic plan of my high-tech company? And it was like, so what was so powerful about it? The power was that they actually talked to people. They listened to people. They were able to tell those people's stories in the context of what we wanted to do. In some countries, engineers can get certified without having to talk to an end user or a customer. Doctors go through bedside manner training because they have to interact with people. Engineers, what's the equivalent for engineers in terms of helping us how to deal with people? Since we're so analytical, so fact-based. Well, what happens? What happens when we marry brilliant engineering with brilliant storytelling? You know what happens? Everybody stands in line for hours and days waiting for the next iPhone and an electric gadget. You have Steve Jobs, who's not only a great technician, but a brilliant storyteller. So what happens when an engineer can be a great storyteller? You get one of the most profitable companies in the world. How? So the frustration is, there's always going to be technology. We have the technology around the world right now to solve a lot of our problems. I apologize, I don't mean to be negative, but you mentioned what Hong Kong is trying to do with the plastic ban. You know, countries around the world have done that 20 years ago. So what is it that stops us? It's basically engineers are unable to convince people to do the right solutions. We keep thinking, oh, this is a great solution. Well, someone else will take it and they'll be able to do something with it or convince people. We don't want to take ownership of what, we're just the technical geek. We don't want to take ownership for what our ideas really is and what they can do. So the storytelling has to come up. If we want to achieve our sustainable development goals, we have to find a way to be able to deliver that. Yes, there's little stories everywhere on YouTube, but they're all sort of small scale, and basically on a glacial pace we'll end up getting there, but we really don't have 1,000 years. So what we need is storytelling to be able to convince LegCo, to convince the oligarchs in Hong Kong, to convince society in Hong Kong that these are the right solutions. And I think storytelling is one of the key skills that engineers need. We have to stop just being another cog in the wheel, and we have to start becoming a catalyst for the future, for the sustainable development goals that we want to achieve. And I think storytelling is the way to do that. Thanks.
Thank you, Ray. A great engineer. Next we have